We're with Greg Button and Overdrive's Jamie McLennan. And guys, we had a glimpse at what the forward lines for Team Canada could potentially look like, but nothing set in stone yet. So, Craig, as our resident GM, I'm going to get you to give us your forward lines for Canada, but be warned because Noodles is making notes and he's ready to tell us if you nailed it or not. So he might make some changes, but for now, Craig, we're going to give you the floor. What do you got?
Okay, well, we saw what John Cooper and the coaching staff started with in their first practices and trying to see how it looks and how it feels. Well, for me, it's Celebrini, McDavid, Wilson. I love that. I think that that's a really good line. I saw how they come together there. And the reason McDavid, who's going to have the biggest spotlight on him, he's going to shoulder a lot of the responsibility for this team, as he should, and he's ready to do. But Tommy Wilson on that right side of him, I think it's nice fit. I might say it's a perfect fit. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's smart. And Connor McDavid needs the slightest amount of space to be able to take advantage. And now Tom Wilson's going to be able to create that space, not only by what he does physically, but what he does with his physical type of play, skating and shooting, but also with the threat. Players back off a little bit more against Tommy Wilson. Tommy Wilson knows how to play with really good players. I think he's a really, really nice fit with Connor McDavid. Now we go to that second line. We got Crosby, McKinnon, and Reinhart. I want Crosby on the left wing. Him and McKinnon have a chemistry. Reinhart's a brilliant player. I just see a lot of ability for that line to carry significant play. They're all so smart and they're really competitive. The third line, Hagel, Suzuki, Brad Marchand. I have Brad Marchand on the right wing. He played right wing last year for the Florida Panthers en route to the Stanley Cup. He knows how to take advantage of situations. He recognizes them. Hagel's a strong player. And Suzuki knows how to read off his wingers. And I really like that. Then I have, and you can put Bennett on the left wing or Horvat and the other one in the middle. And then I have Mark Stone on the right side. I think that line with the speed and the edge and the smarts can create a lot of momentum and create a lot of headaches for their opponents because of the way they play the game, not just physically, but also with the edge that they'll bring to the game too. And don't forget Mitch Marner. Now, you can sit here and go, he's your 13th forward. I think he becomes an important utility player for this team because he can be my swing guy. He can be the guy that can move up if something's not working on a certain line. He can kill penalties. He can play on the power play. Really good defensively. So just because he's not on a line right now doesn't mean he's not a really important player on this team. That's how I see it. That's how I would put it together at the beginning. I will finish with this. Rarely have the lines that started ever finished the tournament the same at the Olympics.
Well, you're definitely right about that, Craig. Noodles, did you take the notes? Did you keep track of anything? You making any tweaks here?
Well, I have to say this. First of all, Craig was my GM in Calgary, so I trust him with my life. So what he's put together is a fantastic roster here and moving things around. There's a couple things that I would change around, and only for chemistry's sake. I would like to see Mitch Marner and Mark Stone play with Sidney Crosby, just because there's a mix on that line where Mark Stone is in my lineup in every capacity because he's so heavy to play against. Craig talked about Tom Wilson and the threat and what he brings physically. Well, Mark Stone does that. He's always near the top of the league and turning pucks over. Every time you go in for a loose puck battle into the corner, Stone comes out with the puck. So I'd like to see some chemistry with Mitch Marner, Mark Stone, Sidney Crosby. Sam Bennett, for me, is always going to be in my lineup. He's going to be my fourth line centerman. And I think Seth Jarvis and Bo Horvat will be my extra forwards on the outside looking in. And it's no slight on them. It's just I would like to find a spot for Mitch Marner and Mark Stone, more cemented higher up, I would say, in that third line position, so that they can develop some chemistry. And keep in mind, Mitch Marner is really good, as Craig called him, a utility guy. He's great on the penalty kill. He's great on matchups. And if your third line has to be a difference maker, if the top two lines cancel each other out, let's say they're playing against the U.S., the third line might get assignment to shut down the top line on the other side. So for me, that third line has to have a good mix of grit, smarts, and also can score. So that's why that's the slight tweaks that I would make on Craig's roster.
Okay, solid points choices from both of you. Let's switch over to the defensive side. Cale Makar expected to stick with his Avalanche D partner, Devon Toews, just like they did at the Four Nations. Craig, Makar averaged close to 27 minutes a game at the Four Nations. Are you expecting the same this time around, or do you think they should be spreading the minutes out more among the D-men?
Yeah, in a perfect world, Sarah, I think you'd like to have it evenly spread out to take a little bit of the ice time away from Cale Makar. But Cale Makar can handle the burden. He can handle those extra minutes. And as the tournament progresses, he's going to have to play a lot more minutes. He might get up to 30. It's not only because he's capable. It's not only because he's the best. So I delineate in the defense group this way. You got Cale Makar, clear-cut number one. Then after that, Toews, who's a great partner for him, and then Morrissey and Theodore are their next best three defensemen. Then I delineate again. There's a line across the defense group, because I think their top four, as I just mentioned, are clearly the best four defensemen that Canada has. So now you're starting to think, okay, who's going to play more minutes? Is it Sanheim? Is it Harley? Is it Parayko? Is it Doughty? Coaches are going to have to manage those minutes for those guys, because they're not anywhere near as good as the top four. So that leads me to say, yeah, Makar, as the games become more significant, the competition becomes harder, he might have to be playing 30 minutes a night, not 27.
I agree 100%. I think Cale Makar is going to be your mainstay and your constant. And he can handle that. It's not like he's 36 years old and is lumbering out there. This guy is an elite skater. He's the best defenseman on the planet. So you have to find 30 minutes for him. And depending on if it's overtime or something like that, it's going to be north of 30. So what you're going to do is start to move people around. Toews is his partner. I don't know if Toews can handle 30-plus minutes, but Craig just talked about Shea Theodore. For me, he's in the top, we'll call it 3. He's such an elite skater. So he's going to be able to get in all situations and be a partner for Makar if you need to advance that puck and if you have advanced minutes. At the bottom of the roster, well, the bottom of the pairings, a guy like me for Shea is Drew Doughty. I think Drew Doughty might be in and out of the lineup just based on his age. And keep in mind, you keep hearing about the pace of the games. John Cooper talked about 24-minute players playing 16 to 17 minutes because of the pace of the Four Nations. Well, that's going to continue on to the Olympics. So you're going to see guys who maybe are used to 25 minutes on the back end. They might be only playing 12 to 15. I still think Makar is going to be a 30-minute player. Outside of that, all bets are off. But I do think you need young legs, you need fresh legs, and you might even sort down to top 4 and roll them over and just spot in that third pairing depending on who your matchup is.
Well, you guys are both right that Makar can't handle the load. He led all skaters in average ice time at the Four Nations, just like he did in the 2022 Cup Final when he won the Conn Smythe.